Hello, it's Rhea. Wherever you are and whatever time it is, I hope you are enjoying yourself. So today I kind of wanted to switch it up a little bit, and I don't want to necessarily say try something new, but this video is going to include both like some sketchbook doodling, well, not so much doodling since it's more of me coloring, but it'll contain some of that, and it'll contain a time lapse. So this first part that you're watching is me coloring very clumsily in my sketchbook. It's probably one of my last sketchbooks that I have started from 2020, and I'm really trying to finish it. So a lot of it is me going back through like older pages and stuff. So yeah, but as you can see, or maybe you could probably tell by the title or something, that I will be drawing my OCs finally. I mean, I've drawn them before in videos, but today I wanted to shine some light on them again because I feel like I've neglected them a lot lately. And I don't know, OCs are really fun, and I just want my children to know that I'm thinking about them often, I swear. I just don't get around to it as much as I used to be able to anymore. So yeah, but I definitely want to uphold them and make sure that they're thriving. So little notes just for context. So you can probably tell that, or like you probably noticed that I didn't start off like sketching or even like drawing out them. This is literally just me coloring them actually on this spread. But I hope that's okay. I'll have many other times to like, you know, do the full process of sketching and line art and drawing, but here I just, they were actually already sketched out. Like I said, the sketchbook is from like 2020 and I have yet to finish it still, so there's some pages where I have a huge habit of like sketching something and I'll just leave it, like I won't get to like coloring it or line arting it. And so there's a lot of pages like that in the sketchbook, and because I am finally rushing to finish it, I figured, oh, well, this would be a good opportunity for me to, you know, get to color things, because this is my RENDR sketchbook. I think it's the first RENDR sketchbook I've ever had. If you don't know what I'm talking about, RENDR, or I think the brand is Crescent actually, but it's like Crescent, RENDR, something. You can look it up. I think I got it off of Amazon actually, but they have like really specific paper for like if you really want to color all your pages in marker in a sketchbook and not have to worry about the bleed. So that's kind of why I got it. But oddly enough, I didn't really use enough marker in the sketchbook. At least I'm realizing that when I'm going back through it. So I'm like, well, that won't do. I gotta color this, you know? So yeah, I'm diving in and giving it my best shot. I will say I'm sorry for how I use alcohol markers. I clearly have like a lot to learn when it comes to using them. It's just I don't think I ever really learned properly how to use them. So it's kind of just me winging it. I don't know if you guys saw whenever I did that BTS video where I unboxed the album and then I did like a little sketch spread. It was the same thing there. And oh, actually here, okay, so speaking of alcohol markers and failing at stuff, I'm coloring my OC Sirius here, and his skin is like, he's one of my like really darker skinned characters, and I did not really have a copic marker that fit it. I mean, I did, but when I tried to use it, you'll see it's not appealing at all. So unfortunately, I had to I was like freaking out because it's quite something, as you're seeing the process like literally right now. I was so I was so mortified. So what I ended up doing later on, which is what you'll see, is I cover it up with a posca marker, like the paint marker. So, but his skin still ends up being lighter than what I wanted it to be. So yeah, and for all these OCs, I will hopefully put in like a little reference photo next to them on who I'm drawing, but if not, you'll probably learn about them eventually. But I love all of them a lot. They're very precious to me. But not to get distracted, basically this process is kind of straightforward. I'm just coloring here. I'm using alcohol markers, specifically Copic. I think you see me use some Prismacolor and then some Tombow. It's a little bit of everything because I have a little bit of everything, but I don't really have like a huge set. I do have 2 sets that I am trying my best to finally get to record me testing them out. But first, I should probably look up a video on how to use alcohol markers properly, so that way I can give my best potential. But yeah, these are like, this spread is like 6 of my OCs. One of them is Aura's older sister. I'm trying to remember because I think I switched her name around, so I don't want to fully say her name just yet. So we got Aura's sister, and then Mira, and then Cirrus, and then RK. I'm just gonna call her that for now. And then Kane is next, and then Celeste. So yeah, and then also, of course, because I'm just such a good filmer, I'm just pro video person. Yeah, okay. I film, like, some parts of it just randomly will be out of focus, and I'm so sorry. You would think with how many times I've had to do this, I would remember to turn manual focus on. Although I will say it might help if I get a lens with a better aperture, or if I try out a lens with a better aperture. I have 2 extra lenses now, but anyways, I don't know why I'm going off on so many tangents. Anyways, so yeah, these sketches are essentially from probably 2020, but I went over them very briefly with that frixion pen that I like to use, except I don't really like to use it. I have a love-hate relationship with it, but it's nice for non-committal ink because it's an erasable ink pen. So, but yeah, if I'm talking like anatomy-wise and all this kind of stuff, it definitely looks goofy, and I blame myself from like 2020 for just being like, yeah, whatever, this is good enough. And honestly, I'm not gonna be too picky about it, as if it's just like a little sketchbook. I'm trying to fill out pages, so but I do think it was still pretty cute. I mean, I don't really like the way some of it came out, but honestly, towards the end, I put like all these little like stickers and stuff to where, I don't know, it just makes it seem a little less terrible. So if your sketchbook's ever feeling kind of bland, like if you ever have like a sketch page where you're like, ooh, that did not turn out how I wanted it to, just slap some cute stickers on there and there you go. But no, I think it's good to just not take every page so seriously, because it's like, that's why sketchbooks are sketchbooks, to just like be able to doodle. I feel like I'm realizing how much of a hard time I have when I go to like just simply sketch something. It's so hard for me to just tell myself, okay, you don't need to take this seriously. Like, you can just sketch it and like have it not look the way that you want it to. That's okay. That actually happens a lot. It's called being an artist. So but yeah, I don't know, it just made me really happy to like color these sketches, even though it was very messy. It kind of feels like, I don't know, like whenever you color something, it really brings stuff to life. And I'm trying to like keep that kind of energy with me, so that way I stop going through my sketchbooks like this, where or at least before this, where I would just like do the little sketches, maybe do line art, and then I just leave it at that. Like, I can't afford to do that, so at least not in this sketchbook. So I'm gonna try my best to fill out all these pages. I wanted to try and finish this before summer was over, but it's like literally August is about to end, and I'm sitting here feeling very much like a clown, to be honest. Why do I never have enough time? Ugh, it's so hard. It's like, because I like digital art too, right? But I feel like I'll always really enjoy traditional art as well. Like, even doing this as shoddy as it came out, I still felt very like happy to be drawing in my sketchbook again, because I don't do it as often anymore. Mostly because I'm so busy, and it takes a lot for me to like pull out my sketchbook, take out all my supplies, start doodling, you know. But it's really fun and it's definitely worth it. Also here you can see me like trying to like salvage Cirrus and his skin, but his skin is not supposed to be that light. Yeah. So I'm like heartbroken over that, but it's better than how it looked before in a way, because I couldn't keep his face looking that demolished. Not my pretty boy, he's so precious. But yeah, OCs. I really want to get back to drafting out their stories and stuff, because I know it's okay. I know it's okay to just create a character and like just like figure out how they look and that's it, just throw them in a corner. But I really want, like, I don't know, I find it really fun to think of like headcanons for them and like just like things for their story, even if it's just small traits. It makes me really happy to like think about them that way, because it's like it feels more real whenever I can say, oh, this character likes this character really dislikes this character specializes in this. You know, it's just really fun. I've always been the kind of person who enjoys making up stories and indulging in stories, so it only makes sense that like I create my own characters, and so I just want to get better at that. Well, right now I feel like I've said so many times in like the past 30 seconds. I'm so sorry. But I really want to get better at writing. I feel like I should definitely take a creative writing class if I really want to like make my characters have solid, in-depth stories. But I mean, there's no rush on that for right now. I think just drawing them more would be a good start, since I haven't done that lately. But yeah, I think in fact creating like small reference pages for them would be really nice, in case anybody ever wants to like see what they look like or see like a reference if they ever wanted to draw them. You're more than welcome to. I would really like to solidify them a little bit more, but they're all precious and I enjoyed them a lot. So yeah, I hope you guys like enjoy this part of like the little like working in my sketchbook. I didn't know if it would be a little boring since you're not seeing the full process, but I figured it should be fine. Like I said, you'll probably have many more chances of me like doing stuff from the beginning. Of course, I would still have to condense it somehow, so because like even this footage I had to speed up a little bit, so yeah. Another thing is you're seeing me use these colored pencils. So actually for my birthday, I went to the art store and I picked out a couple of colored pencils. I was originally gonna get like a set of them. I wasn't sure, but like the sets are expensive. I mean, it makes sense because, you know, good quality colored pencils, but I was not really sure what to go with because there's so many different ones. There was like the polychromos, there was Prismacolor, there was Derwent, and I just wanted to go with something that I don't know, I didn't want to like fully choose just yet since I'm still very new to using colored pencils. I've never like fully felt like I knew what I was doing with them. So yeah, I just grabbed like three of each different brand that I saw that I was interested in. And yeah, it was a really fun trip to the art store. I really want to go back. But yeah, so this is like how the spread turned out. Once again, it could definitely be better on terms of how I colored it and even like the sketches, but it was fun. By the way, speaking of art stores, is it just me or like there is a difference, right, between like the genuine art stores and like Michael's craft store or something? Because I can't find that many like art stores. Like the one that I'm talking about is Texas Art Supply, and I know there's also Jerry's Artorama. You know, places where it's like it looks a little bit like run down or warehousey on the inside, but it's like I don't know, like something about it just feels very like magical and authentic and fun, and like I want to keep that. I don't want this weird capitalistic like I don't know how to explain it, but let me know if you guys like feel the same or like how you feel about certain art stores, because I really like that artsy vibe to it. But anyways, as you can see, I am doing the time-lapse part now. So I'm just sketching out some of my OCs. I actually started this because I wanted to do some full bodies, like full body drawings of characters, and I was like, well, who better to use my OCs? And I actually didn't use any references for these, and you're probably going like, oh yeah, it shows. But I still think it's not as bad as I would expect, considering I didn't use any references. I tried to fill the spread, as you can see, but then there was some moments where I was like, no, this isn't working out. So some things I added, some things I took out, but I think it worked out all right. On this spread, we have Aura's sister again, and then we have Mira again, and then we have two new characters. One of them is Zure, and the other one is Halo. And yeah, I probably should have talked about my OCs a little bit. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I should have done that. Well, you don't have to go back and like see which ones I'm talking about necessarily, but based off the first spread, Aura's sister is essentially like the ideal, sweet, elegant older sister. She's very like precious and caring for her younger sister, and she's very talented. I believe I've talked about her before, like briefly like this. So but on to Mira, he's very sassy, kind of doesn't really want to talk to people, but he's into astronomy and somewhat fashion. I'm trying to remember. But he's a precious boy. He just doesn't, he's very antisocial in a sense. But and then who is next? Cirrus. Cirrus is like very he's into like science stuff in a way. He's also cousins with Zure on this spread, the girl with the blue hair. So yeah, he's pretty, like, I don't know, he's very pretty actually. Yes, he's very pretty. And who else? RK, she's interesting. There's more, like, I want an actual story about her, so I'll leave that for another time, but she's pretty cool overall. She's pretty cool. And then Kane is hilarious. I love him. He's like the perfect mix of like dorky but knows when to be serious, and he's an all-around a good guy. And then Celeste is more of an aesthetic character. I don't think I have any traits down for her. She's just like this cute cloud girl who's like usually sleepy. And in regards to this spread, we have Zune. She's very wonderful, elegant, lovely. She's into like business. I think she may play piano. She also likes fashion. And Halo is a model. And she's also pretty cool. You can tell I really like gradient hair. I like scold myself all the time to stop doing that, but I just cannot help myself apparently, because it's just, I keep going back to it. But it's always a pain to render. Then of course I'm doing that weird color blocking method throughout this sketch spread. I don't know why, it's just something that I've taken a liking to in a way. So once again, I'd love to make a video about it, but we'll see. I'll try to do more sketch with me type videos soon. I have a lot of new supplies and stuff that I have yet to get around to, so just hold on. I promise I'm trying. But it looks like we're already at the end of the video. Wow, I feel like it went by so fast this time. That's pretty crazy. But cue the outro music, I guess. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed your time here today, please feel free to leave a like. If you're interested to see more of my content, you can always check out my other videos and subscribe. For reference, if you're new, I am Rhea or Etheria, and I like making art and art-related content on my channel. I do try to post weekly videos, but if you'd like more timely updates, you can always check me out on my other social media linked in the description and also at the end of the video. I'm primarily active on Twitter, and also I live stream on Twitch especially. Thank you once again for watching today's video, and I wish you a nice rest of your day and/or rest of August. Take care!